Well, hello. It's been a while. What is going on, everyone? It has been a couple of weeks now since I made a video, and I'm probably going to cut and chop this up a little bit because I've got a bit to talk about. So bear with me. Today, what is this, like 11:30 now? It is Friday, just a couple of weeks before my race. So we're midway through July now. The race is at the end of July. I've just come to Darnford Park, so a local park near me, because there's a hill that we use for hill repeats here. So today I'm going to do some hill repeats. We'll just throw in some footage of that at the end. It's really windy outside, that's hence me filming in the car at the moment. My house is a bit of a mess, so I don't really have anywhere, you may have seen from previous videos, I don't really have anywhere that nice to film in my house either. So it's always usually in the car outside. Today it's the car. So what have I been up to? Well, recently I had a discussion on Donato Running Guru's channel. I had a great time doing that, so thank you very much, Donato, for having me on. It's myself and Ginger Al. If you don't know either of those channels, I'll put some links in the descriptions. Go follow those guys. They're just real runners with real lives like me. No sponsored product placements, anything like that. So they're real people, and for me they're the sort of channels that should be following. So I'll leave the links for them down in the description below. If you haven't already followed them, please do go ahead and do that. So that was great fun. We talked a little bit about ultra running. Hopefully we can do something else on that or another subject quite soon. That would be good to take up again. I think there's lots more to talk about. So what have I been up to the last couple of weeks? Well, the weather here in England has been quite strange. This week's changed a little bit, but the previous 2 weeks to this, we had extreme heat, and one of the things that's come with that extreme heat has been a really high pollen count. It's actually been record-breaking pollen count in lots of the parts of the UK, including where I am right here, which is right in the centre of the UK. And I'm basically just a small city surrounded by farmers' fields. So the pollen count has been ridiculous and through the roof. And unfortunately, one of the things that's resulted in is that my hay fever has been ridiculous, to the point where it sparked off my asthma, and I haven't been able to get out and run for 2 weeks. This week being a little bit different, but the 2 weeks previous I haven't been able to do anything. I did try on 2 occasions and I couldn't last more than half an hour. My asthma has not been a huge issue for me really since I was a child, so it's kind of disappointing that it's become an issue now, especially so close to this race. I'll probably do a little video about asthma and running in the future, but it's kind of all I want to say on it for now. It's disappointing because I had 2 long runs for those 2 weeks that were quite important long runs. So it's left me now relying on the training I've done previously and what I can do in these next 2 weeks, and just hoping that my general fitness and everything I've done up to that point is enough to get me to where I need to be for this race. So yeah, we had a big rain here, and that seemed to drop the pollen count somehow, but I could get back out, and I've done a day on and a day off running just to ease back into it this week. Now we're going to go do some hill repeats just to get some mixed training in there. But I did do some speed work on one day. We had what I consider a long run for where I am now, which is about 12 miles, and that went okay. So I'm hopeful. I definitely feel a little bit lethargic because I haven't been able to do a hell of a lot, so I do feel a little bit slumpy, but it's important that I put in the work this week. That previous week, last week, was a busy week for work as well, so I just started doing some work with an electrician, so that it sort of bumped up my hours that week because I still had to do my 2 previous jobs. So that was a 72-hour week working. So I wouldn't have been able to fit much running in anyway, to be honest, but I would have had to do it if I could. So the hope is now that my hay fever is under control. I got some prescription stuff for it, so it didn't really do much for the first couple of days, but it has seemed to help a little bit now. So hopefully that's kicking in now and it's taking its effect. Previous to all this as well, I did do the Wolverhampton half marathon, which is great. I really enjoyed that. It was a run out. Most of the run out was on roads, but then the way back was along the river. It was really nice. Enjoyed it. Again, got a good time for me. I don't recall what it was now, but it was a good time for me. So I've got some photos. I'll put some photos of that up on the video here as well. I think now after this race in July, I mean, as I say, I hope it's going to go well. All I can do is go and give it my best. Hope that everything I've done and I'm continuing to do now is enough to get me to the finish. I really only have one goal for that race, and that is to finish it. I have an idea in my mind of where I think I'm going to, where I think I could finish time-wise, which I think is on the very best side would be about 10 hours, and then probably it's going to be more likely around the 12, either side of the 12-hour mark. But you just never know what happens on the day as well. I'm going to be running on some much more difficult terrain, higher altitude, for longer than I've ever run before, and most likely I'll be running into the start of the night as well. It's definitely going to be dark by the time I finish, I think. So that coupled with the navigation as well, so it's something I haven't had to do on any of my other previous runs, which is follow a map, because it's not signposted. So you've got to be able to follow a map and directions. In these situations, it's not the greatest idea to just rely on following the runner in front of you. I've seen it happen on more than one occasion where you'll see 2 people go off in the wrong direction, and then they're the 2 that will be dropping out because they've missed the cut-off times. So yeah, being able to read a map is really important. But even though I've missed out on 2 weeks of training, I am still really excited for this race. Say I'm going to go and give it my best shot no matter what. I've got a cottage booked up there, so it's a beautiful area to be in, Coniston. So we're just going to go and have a good time. We're definitely going to be filming it, don't worry about that. I'll take a spare battery, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So after this one's done, the only other race I have booked this year is the Athens Marathon in November, and I think I'm probably, unless it's anything short, 10k or something like that, I think I'm probably going to leave it at that until the very end of the year. I want to really concentrate now on actually a lot more strength work. I want to try and get a little bit more toned. I have, even though my cardio is very good, I've let my general body state go quite a lot, so I do want to concentrate on strengthening myself all over a little bit more. So we'll probably kick in 1, maybe 2 short races, and then just think about that that November marathon. So really looking forward to the Athens Marathon. Never been to Greece before, never been to Athens, so really looking forward to that, even though I'm only there for a couple of days. Yeah, that's going to be a highlight of my year, I think. Well, that's about it for now, guys. It's just a quick update on where I am. As I said, I haven't really been filming anything, so I haven't had anything to show you over the last couple of weeks. But I'll hopefully get another video or 2 in before the end of July, and then we have the big one, so there's going to be a video for that. It's probably going to take a lot of editing, taking a couple of batteries with me en route, so hopefully we'll get quite a bit of footage. But I also want to experience it as well. I don't want to just be filming all the time. I want to get out there and experience the full ultra marathon experience. So guys, thank you for stopping by. I want to say a big huge thank you to all my new subscribers. Big thank you to Donato because of our discussion the other day. I know I got a lot of new subscribers from that, so thank you very much. I'm not that far off 100 subscribers now, which Doesn't seem like that many when you talk about channels with thousands and thousands of people, but it is a landmark. So if we hit 100 subscribers, let me know in the comments down below what you think I should do. I'll do a 100 subscriber special. You can come up with whatever idea you want. I'll pick the best one and we'll do it. Till next time, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you very soon.